you can see this federal vehicle, this government vehicle, attempting to get into this facility. And this is what has been happening. So we're going to walk a little bit closer. Come on, let's go this way. We're going to get a little bit closer here so we can see what's going on. We have another vehicle coming out right here. Watch out for this.
Oh, so he's flying out of there.
Now without,
whoa.
And now we've got,
oh, was that a gunshot?
They've just popped a tire. So you can see
they're
this.
popping
They just
tires.
this tire right here of this government vehicle.
That's wild,
these
man.
These guys up on the roof that have pepper ball launchers. This is
look at them on the roof.
That tire slashed here. So they have certainly taken matters into their own hands down here on the protest level, going from what was pretty calm and peaceful to, again, slashing tires, really creating these issues for these federal law enforcement officials.
What? These people are out of control.
Pepper ball launchers ready to respond to this crowd. Luckily, we didn't have tear gas or anything deployed right there.
Peaceful protesters are slashing tires right in front of an ICE facility as they're blocking all of the ICE agents from getting in and out of the building. This is absolutely crazy, but this is what protesting for liberals apparently looks like. And apparently the people in Chicago do not want the illegals to be taken out of their city because Operation Midway Blitz is in full effect. But what is crazy to me is to see all of these people after we have seen all of the countless stories of the egregious crimes that illegals have been doing not only in Chicago but across the United States. I don't understand why people are still protesting this. Now, for the person that slashed that tire of that van, I'm sure that is going to be a federal charge. There's cameras all in the building. They'll end up finding that person somehow, some way, and they'll probably get a crazy amount of jail time and a felony for peaceful protesting. Insane. Now, why President Trump will still eventually send the National Guard to clean up the crime in Chicago, the first thing he's going to do, and what is currently under operation right now, is Operation Midway Blitz in honor of Katie Abraham, who was killed in Illinois by an illegal alien who should have never been in the country. Now, Homeland Security is running this operation, and of course, Governor Pritzker doesn't want any parts of it, but it has to be done. And everyone is protesting about it. But hopefully, by the time that all this is done, they will round up all of the violent illegals that are in Chicago and as many as possible in Illinois. The people that are protesting this seriously need an IQ test because I don't think that they actually realize how dangerous these criminals are that ICE is going after. I mean, we're talking the worst of the worst, such as Gabriel Galvez, a 47-year-old criminal alien from Mexico, on convictions of battery, aggravated assault, DUI, trespassing, criminal damage to property, public indecency, violation of order of protection, and multiple assaults. And let's not forget to add that he's a Latin gang member as well from the Latin Kings. We've also got Javier Carmelo Casillas Gomez, a 46-year-old criminal alien from Mexico with convictions for procuring prostitution, domestic violence, assault, drug possession, and an active warrant for drug manufacturing. I mean, come on, people. These are the worst of the worst criminals. The list just goes on and on. People here with aggravated unlawful use of a weapon. This is directly from the Department of Homeland Security's website. So you can go look for yourself. This is legit. We've got Ricardo Muro here on burglary and drug possession. Trende Aragua here for burglary, shoplifting, and whatever other crimes that people from Trende Aragua do. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. And you have to wonder, why the heck are these people protesting this? We need these people out of the country. We all deserve to have these criminals taken out of here. They're shooting tear gas and pepper balls everywhere. Look at that. Oh, ow, man. To the face. Oh, it's time to go home, y'all. It's time to go home. This is crazy. They started it, man. They kicked in the door, all kind of stuff. Popping tires of federal vehicles. I mean, they asked for it. Illinois seems to be in the hot seat, especially Chicago, of course. But that's not the only thing that's going on. Check this out. J.B. Pritzker taking a photo with a man that only days later would take the life of someone in a crazy smash and grab. And not to mention, when he took this picture with this guy, he was already wanted in 4 states.
Where the fuck are the
Man, that is crazy. There's so many of them. They literally backed the truck up into this building. Man? This is crazy. This is wild. Chicago is crazy. JB, this is your guy, huh?
And this is getting so much traction is because the photo was of Governor Pritzker with a man now charged in connection to deadly Chicago crash on the Mag Mile. CWB Chicago first reported that 35-year-old Kellen McMiller, now accused of murder, posed for the photo earlier this month at an event highlighting peacekeepers who work in community violence prevention. Now, a spokesperson for Pritzker said they were troubled to learn of the allegations against McMiller, saying in part, quote, "The governor meets hundreds of people in communities every week and is often asked to take photos. We are extremely troubled to learn that this individual was arrested for his alleged involvement in this serious crime, and we expect them to be held accountable to the fullest extent of the law." And the spokesperson added that Pritzker did not know McMiller personally, says they took the photo down on the website after being notified that he was arrested. The man, McMiller, and several other men are accused of killing in the crash. As Mark Arceda, the 40-year-old, lived in Skokie, was on his way to work when the suspects in a smash-and-grab burglary crashed into him in a getaway car. His girlfriend gave birth to their son the day after he died. And tonight, it's not clear how McMiller, who reportedly had 4 outstanding warrants from multiple states, was able to participate in this event and pose with the government.
You have to ask yourself, when is enough going to be enough? How much crime and death is going to be enough for J.B. Pritzker, the governor of Illinois, and Brandon Johnson, the mayor of Chicago, to do their job, step up, and work with President Trump to get this crime cleaned up? I mean, it's ridiculous. They need to work with ICE so they can get all of these illegals out of there. We see every day egregious crime after egregious crime committed by these people. Just work with the man so they can get this cleaned up and move on to the criminals that are native to these areas so we can get that area cleaned up as well. So there's some sort of bright future for the kids and the youth, right? But this gang culture and this violent culture needs to get cleaned up.
Those motherfuckers, Boo Burns, nigga. I know how we coming in St. Tutu boys. We in the Ville. Keep talking about little Boulevard killer. See what the fuck he at. He burns, nigga. Ain't nothing, nigga. That's nothing. Nigga, no.
But, you know, Brandon Johnson would never admit that. And they want to continue getting their government funding. So they're not going to work with President Trump, and they're going to continue to let the crime rate go through the roof so they can say, we need this extra money from the government. And then they're going to give it to whoever and line it up in whoever's pockets, because obviously whatever they're doing with it isn't working.
Jails and incarceration and law enforcement is a sickness that has not led to safe communities.
The pressure is getting to Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson. First, let's see how he handles this question that smacks him around from William J. Kelly.
We've all seen the horrific video of Charlie Kirk being politically assassinated. In Chicago, we saw an ICE agent reportedly run over by an illegal alien. Many people tell me, real Chicagoans tell me, that it's your violent, racist hate speech that is causing people to commit these acts of violence. What do you say to the real Chicagoans who detest what they call the insipid, insidious, boneheaded hate speech that you engage in on a daily basis?
Well, first of all, I don't engage in hate speech. In fact, I think it's important that we note that, as I've said from the very beginning of this tragedy that occurred in our country, that political violence is not only abhorrent, but it undermines the sensibility of our democracy, and there's no place for political violence. In fact, violence as a whole is something that, as a country and as a nation, that we have to continue to come together to ensure that we eliminate all acts of violence. My prayers, of course, are still with Mrs. Kirk and the two children of Charlie Kirk. But again, we boldly and in very direct terms openly reject all acts of violence, and particularly political violence.
That kind of composure could only last so long. Let's move ahead to where he completely lost it.
I get so sick and tired of people believing that the only thing that black and brown and poor people get to get in this city are badges. People want jobs. It's why we've increased the ability for young people to have jobs in this city. I get so sick and tired of people in this country and in this city that believes that the only thing that you can offer black people and poor people is jails, incarceration, and police officers. Dr. King said this right here in Chicago, the National Conference on New Politics. What did he say? He said militarism is a sickness. I am trying to eradicate the sickness from this city and from this country. Jails and incarceration and law enforcement is a sickness that has not led to safe communities.
Well, if jails and law enforcement are a sickness that are going to lead to nothing, then what the heck is going to lead to a safe community then? I mean, come on. They've never even tried to turn up the heat, as so it seems from the outside that they're not taking the help that they could obviously get. The president has offered to bring in the National Guard and bring in a bunch of extra help to clean up the streets. We all know that would work. It worked in D.C., and obviously cleaning up the crime is going to make life better for everyone that lives in that area. I understand that people want to provide jobs and opportunities, which that can help, but for some people that are living that gang lifestyle, they don't want to change. They don't care. It doesn't matter how many jobs are there, how many factories, how many opportunities there are. Some people are already tied up in that lifestyle, and the crime will just have to get cleaned up when it comes to them. It's no looking back. Some people aren't going to change. So for those people, get them out of there. Especially let ICE do their job and get those people out of here, because they shouldn't be here in the first place. I mean, come on. This is why they're having the problems they are having in Chicago, because of people like Brandon Johnson. And this is why they're having the problems they're having in Illinois as a whole, because of people like J.B. Pritzker. These two guys are absolutely ridiculous. And Brandon Johnson, yes, has said bad rhetoric about Charlie Kirk, just like the rest of these evil people on the left. Now, not all of them. Some of them have some sense in their head still, like John Fetterman. But hey, there's a lot of work that needs to be done. And let's just hope that ICE can get this job done. There's so many things and so many entities working against Trump and every single thing that he does. I'm so tired of it. But hopefully, people like Flip Chicago Red can work with the president and locals to do whatever they have to do to get this shit cleaned up. You guys let me know your thoughts. If you are a local of Chicago, I want to know from you what is going on down there on the ground. Drop a comment down below. Also, if you have any extra details, I want to know down in the comment section. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.